1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Banjo Land, Mike Hedding here, coming to you today with an intermediate level lesson to the classic tune Jesse James. Got my capo up on 4, we're up in the key of B, the key of Bluegrass, and I thought this would be a really fun lesson to do. It's a great old melody, and I wanted to do kind of a compare and contrast between straight ahead Scruggs style and then little spots where you could throw in some melodic licks, okay? So I really like melodic licks, but I think they're kind of a good spice you can throw in occasionally. So we're gonna talk about that in this lesson, on little spots where you can throw a little melodic ending lick. We're gonna use some melodic licks in the chorus, but still trying to keep that drive and that authority of Scruggs style. So that's what we're gonna work on for this lesson. I'm gonna break down the solo for the verse and the chorus, note for note, show you some variations you can do, and then for the backup section of this lesson, we're gonna get into some more advanced backups. Since this is an intermediate level lesson, we're gonna work on moving up the neck to these different positions, maybe some different thumb wraps, some different little licks you can do, that kind of thing. We'll break all that down as well. And if you're watching the preview of this lesson, you can head over to my website, MikeHeddingMusic.com, and grab the full lesson. You'll get access to watch all the videos, and you can download the tabs and the practice tracks. Alright, here's Jesse James in the key of B. Alright, let's start breaking down this intermediate lesson for the classic tune Jesse James. I've got my capo on 4 for this lesson. I've got my 5th string spiked up to B. So we're in the key of B, the key of Bluegrass. But you could play this we're basically playing it out of G position, so you could put your capo wherever it's comfortable for your voice. But I thought it'd be fun to put this one up in the key of B. So let's start breaking it down. I'll play the first 9 measures, which is basically like half of the verse, and then we'll start breaking it down. Here we go. Do that a few times. One time, really slow. Okay, so we're going to start with measure 1. It's just a classic J.D. Crowe pickup. I really like this pickup, so it's just going to get us into our solo. We're going to pinch strings 3, 5, and 1, so thumb, index, middle, on beat 1 of measure 1, so it's just like a pow, and that's why I really like this. So you basically pinch those strings, which is like a half note, and then on beats 3, 4, you're going to hit the open 4th string, open 3rd string. Our melody note to start the solo is the open 2nd string, which we're going to slide into, but basically we're just setting up that solo by walking up the notes. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and if for whatever reason you didn't like that initial pinch, you could take it out. You could also do something like that, or something like that. You know, you could work with your own pickup there, but this is just one that I liked. Again, I got this from J.D. Crowe, which I really like. And then our melody is going to start with a 2-4 slide on the 3rd string, forward roll, and then 5, 2, 1, and then a pull off. So you have. What I really work on is snapping that pull off. I kind of think of players like Terry Baucom when I think of this style, or J.D. Crowe's pull-offs are really, really good as well. So really snap those pull-offs. I like to pull down toward my palm. You know, just get that, I think of it as a snap, or that bite. So we're setting the solo up with a classic forward roll lick. We want to keep that drive going right at the beginning of the song. We're going to stick pretty much kind of Scruggs Crow style to start off. We'll get into some melodic style in the chorus, but I think it's really important to set an initial solid melody of the song, especially if you're actually kicking off the whole song. So that's what we're doing here. And then measure 3, classic forward roll into a C chord. So quarter note, and then 5, 3, 1. And then second finger, 3rd fret, which is like a G7 relative to my capo, remember? And we're gonna do a 4, 3, 1 TIM roll. So you have, that just leads into my C. And one little variation you could do there is you could basically flip the second part of the roll. So you could either do as written, or you could put the G7 roll first, so it'd be. So I just flipped those 2 forward rolls, so you could do, again, the open one first, and then the 7th roll, or flip them around. You know, just a little variation there. So that's just going to lead into our C chord. And then I basically slide my second finger down, and I put my first and third finger on, and then I'm going to do an open 2 hammer-on. So alternating thumb roll there, and then a pull off, and then back. So the melody there is kind of something kind of like that, right? So we're going. So those pull-offs are kind of optional. You could play without the pull-off. Or you could do like a forward reverse roll. So you really kind of just want to get those lower strings. You could do a forward roll as well. So remember, the melodies there is. Or. And then 5, we pinch. And then walk it back up. 2, 5 slide on the 4 string. So that's going to set up the next lick. Hit that open second string, so TIM twice. And I would give those pinches and the walk up a little accent too. And then I accent my second string at the end of measure 6. And then a pull off. So that's why you accent that second string. It just gives it a cool kind of attitude. You get this half note. That kind of idea, which sounds cool. So you have. And then 3rd finger, 4th fret on the 4th string, roll forward, 4, 3, 1, 5. That's going to go into our 2-finger D chord. So we have. And that's our first note of measure 8. So one more time. Give that. I think this lick is all about kind of like the attitude and the authority of it. So really pop those out. Give it a big slide. Don't slide too quick. And then accent. And then snap that pull off. So you have. And then roll forward. And then right here, let's play measure 8 and 9 together. There's a classic J.D. Crowe D lick. He used this kind of lick on like a Blue Ridge Cabin Home or a lot of songs. So you got to start it with your index finger because the last note of measure 7 was your thumb. So we roll into that. And then you keep rolling forward basically across the bar line. So then do index middle. And then 4, 3, 1. And then back to the 4 string. And then backwards. And then middle finger. Thumb middle. And then an open 2 hammer on. Probably easier to play than explain. So I'll just do let's do the roll. What I like to do there is accent my middle finger, the open 1st string. It gives it a cool rhythm. do just the right hand. I'll pretend they're all zeros. It's kind of a tricky roll. What you're doing with your left hand is actually pretty easy, so. So really accent that first string. I think that gives it a cool underlying rhythm. So that's the first 9 measures, basically halfway through the verse. Let's play those first 9 measures again. So we have. And if you wanted to loop that section, then you could play measure 2 again, skip the pickup. Looping the first measures 2 through 9, just kind of practicing that part.